What if I told you that you could change the world? Well, maybe not you as an individual, but together, we can change the world. And I want to share with you a project that I could really use your help on in order to change the lives of 5,000 young women in Nigeria. I want to tell you about the H.E.R Path Project. And H.E.R, H-E-R, stands for healing, educating, and restoring. So this August, I am going to be traveling on a mission trip to Nigeria in the H.E.R region of Nigeria, and I'm going to be helping to get the startup of this program off the ground. And let me just tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to give you the short version to save some time. I've got another video coming out later that will come into a lot more details, and you can also download the project proposal packet if you want like all the nitty-gritty details right away. You can download that. That's going to be in the description. But for now, short version, the H.E.R Path Project, the startup phase of this is going to reach 5,000 students, female students in the H.E.R region of Nigeria, and it's going to change their lives by starting an operations manufacturing system to make reusable cloth menstrual pads. And the reason why this is so important is because often girls in Nigeria, especially students, they have such poverty. They can't even afford menstrual items to be able to deal with that flow in a safe and manageable way. So often these girls are missing school. They end up taking time off of school whenever they get their periods, or they end up dropping out of school entirely. And on top of that, they are so desperate to try to get their education. There are times where girls will be taken advantage of because there are men who will offer to buy a girl pads in order to trade for sex. And this is just, the health ramifications of this is just astronomical, but also the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, just everything about that young girl's life could be different if she just had a pad, and how simple it would be and how her life could be changed just to have this resource that we take for granted in our first world nation. And so I have a plan in place where we are going to start an operations to manufacture the pads there, because this is not just a project where we're going to be bringing materials and maybe just changing the lives of 5,000 girls. This is a project that will be ongoing, sustaining for years, for generations to come, long past when I am long past my own lifespan, long past your lifespan. This is something that will change the lives of women in Nigeria by starting something that is self-sustaining. So let me share with you the short version of the details of that. So for the H.E.R Path Project, we're going to manufacture them there. And so we are right now gaining resources, fundraising for the resources to start the manufacturing. And in the startup phase, we are planning on providing 2 reusable menstrual pads made out of cloth to the 5,000 students in the H.E.R region, in that immediate region where it's going to be started. We're also planning on manufacturing underwear for the girls, because a lot of them don't even have underwear in order to put the pad in. But on top of that, we're also going to be educating, because these girls don't have the health education that we have in America. A lot of girls are suffering from infection and disease and all kinds of issues because they just don't even understand their own bodies. And so education is a huge part of this. We're going to teach them how to care for themselves, and also how to care for the gift of the pads and underwear in a safe manner so that they don't get infection in the future as well. So the way that this is going to be self-sustaining, so the first phase of this project is starting that operations base, but the plan is to start a business in Nigeria where a percentage of the percentage of the profit from that business is going to feed into the H.E.R Path Project in order to continue to provide supplies to girls in Nigeria. So there is a team in Nigeria currently that we're teaming up with, and they are going to be doing the operations part of this project. So they're going to be making the materials, and they're going to be also running the business that will then feed the finance into the project so that it will continue on and on and on. So I'm going to keep the details of exactly what that business is a little bit on the down low for now, because we want to make sure that market is available for us when we get to it, hopefully next year with your guys' help. So I'm actually going to be going to Nigeria in August, and I'm going to be doing on-site research to research the business, just to make sure we get all the details, because I'm going to release all the details and all that plan once we have it like really solidified. So right now we've got we've got a plan together, but we're going to do some last minute research things there. So okay, let's see, what am I missing? Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, cool, okay. So this is how you can help. So in this startup phase of the project, we're fundraising in order to get things like the sewing machines that are required in order to start manufacturing the pads, the cloth, all the materials that go into making these, as well as paying the wages to the women that are going to be working in the first 6 months of this project. So we have some expenses that are going into this. If you want to see all the details of that, it's in the project proposal that you can download, and I've got it all broken down element by element, but our total budget of what we need to raise for this startup phase of this project is $10,800. So that is honestly not a lot of money to change 5,000 lives. 5,000 lives. These girls are going to be able to get their education. They're not going to be taken advantage of. This is going to open opportunities to be able to educate these girls on their health, and this is going to go on for generations, because as these girls learn how to take care of themselves, they're going to be teaching others. They're going to teach their children, and it's like education is powerful. So like, women in Nigeria often are marginalized. Women don't have the kinds of resources that we have in America. And again, it's something we take for granted. And even in America, women struggle with some equality issues, but over here, it's nothing. It's nothing compared to what they face over there. There's some serious education. We need education. It will change these women's lives forever, and it'll change generations to come. So for this fundraising part, the $10,800 is going to start by providing for these 5,000 students, but then the continuation and the expansion part of this project is going to be implementing this business that is going to then feed the finance into this thing for years and years and generations to come. But it's also going to expand past those the girls in that H.E.R region. So the hope is to get this thing really spread throughout all of Nigeria. The plans are kind of in play right now to try to get me a meeting with the governor's wife, where I'll be able to share with her about the project and hopefully get some government backing and protection in that, and help the operations go even smoother. So that's going to be fantastic. On top of starting the startup phase of this project for the H.E.R Path project, I'm also going to be going to Nigeria because I've been invited to speak into over 20 public schools and private schools to speak to young girls over there. So when I'm over there, the estimation right now is I'll be speaking to roughly 6,000 girls total, and my plan and my excitement in this is to just encourage these girls. I want to speak into their lives. I want to speak just courage into them and show value, and I want to show them who they really are as valued daughters of God. And you know, these are girls from all different backgrounds and different religions, but I just want to share my heart with them, that they are valuable and that they can rise above anything that is holding them back, and nothing needs to hold them back from their dreams and who they want to be just because they were born female. And it is so it is so my passion to just encourage these girls in their true identity as valuable. And so, you know, culture doesn't always reflect that for them. And I think sometimes we just need someone who will believe in us. So I am so excited that I've been invited to speak to these girls, and I can't wait to meet them, and I can't wait to speak to them. So that's another thing that I'll be doing over in Nigeria on this trip. I'll also be participating, so I'm going with a number of missionaries from the ministry that I'm launching from, the base, Iowa. So there's also at the same time going to be like training conferences for ministry leadership going on, where like my participation in that, I'm going to be doing like sketch note illustrations of the teachings to help the ministers kind of remember. And some of the reason why we're doing those training sessions is because there's been a number of situations because of false doctrines, false beliefs, whatever. There's leaders that are abusing women. I won't go into the details here. You can Google search it. It's kind of horrifying. So it's heartbreaking. It is absolutely heartbreaking that this is happening in spiritual leadership. But again, these women are not educated to the point where they can even protect themselves and recognize when somebody is taking advantage or abusing. So there's just a lot that needs to get kind of reordered here. But again, with your help, we can change things. So I would like to invite you to partner with me on this project and consider a donation. This donation is going to go towards the Her Path project and providing these pads and underwear to the girls, and providing this for generations to come with the whole plan unfolding. But it's also going to send me to Nigeria in order to do the on-site research and build the relationships. So you can do that by going to the link in the description or in the comments. We're going to be doing this project through the base ministry, so you'll see that it takes you to the base, and when you go to the donation area, there's a drop-down menu, so make sure you hit that drop-down menu and you can select where you want the donation to go to. So you can either select the Her Path project, or you can select my name, Kathleen Rowling, in order to help pay for like my plane tickets and things like that. So that is one way that you can support me in this project, and one way you can participate and partner with everything that's going on here. Another way, I found that on past mission trips that I've been on, and especially last year when I went to Ghana, it was fun for me to start fundraising, and I found that sometimes people prefer to buy a gift in order to help me on the mission trip. So I kind of had this thought where I was like, you know what, we have like baby showers, and we have bridal showers, and we have these things to like help people kind of get started when there's a little bit of a financial burden. And I was like, why not have a missionary shower? So I actually put a registry together on Amazon to share with you the things that I really would need on this mission trip, as well as the things that I would want. Some of those things that I would need are things like, you know, sunscreen and bug spray, and you know, things to protect myself, glasses, hat, I can't even remember all of the things on there, wet wipes, you know, basic needs for those kinds of things. Those are really important, and they add up. And the other thing is I have this dream. I really want to be very intentional and vlog and take videos and document everything that's going on this trip and everything that's going on with the Her Path project. And I want to start, I'm kind of planning to like revive my YouTube channel, the Set Apart Artist YouTube channel, in order to start a playlist that is dedicated to the Her Path project, where I would like to take you guys, the donors, the supporters, those who are interested in this project and praying for this to move forward, for you to be involved in the experience of this kind of getting launched. So I want to take my iPhone, very powerful little camera here, but I need some other supplies in order to make it really really high quality videos. I really would like to get like a microphone that you'll see it in the registry. It's got this like fuzzy thing on it in order to protect it from the wind, because I would like to do like interviews with girls there to give you get an idea of what it's really like there, and of the women that are on the team. I want to introduce you to everybody in Nigeria that's on that team that's going to be going out to the rural regions ministering to these girls and giving them the pads and the education. There's like a whole thing there. I want to like bring you guys in, and in order to do that in a way that you can like hear well, because there's not like quiet, it's not quiet there. It's not quiet there. It wasn't super quiet in Ghana, but I've heard Nigeria's even less quiet. So we need like microphones that are going to be able to like pinpoint voices and stuff. So like, and also protect from the wind. So, you know, I don't want you guys to like hear this while we're doing an interview. I don't even know what that sounds like. But I want you guys to hear clearly the voices and get to know the people that I'm videoing and stuff like that. And also lighting. I've got this like, that's another thing I forgot to share with you guys. So I am not going to be taking a checked luggage. I am taking everything in a carry-on, because I learned my lesson last time in Ghana. It is rough trying to travel across multiple cities and all of that with checked luggage. I need to be able to like really just carry everything with me. It's very difficult with taxis and buses, and we're gonna take another airplane to the next city and stuff like that. It is really hard with taxis. So my plan is to really pack very minimally. So I need like small supplies. I got itty bitty things on there in my registry. I've chose them very carefully. So even when it comes to like camera supplies and stuff like that, I'm trying to find the things that work for like the biggest impact of quality, but also small small size. So like I've got like a lighting thing that looks easy to connect, and I've done my research to like choose very specific things, so that's why they're on there. If you guys want to get this quality video to come in on this experience with me, then I would appreciate if you were to buy those things off the registry for me, so that I can give you the quality that I desire, to just be able to give it to you. You know, it's for you. It's not for me. So one of those things is like a little light. Like I've got, let me just show you an example here. If I were to turn off my lights here, I mean, that's the video that you're gonna see if I don't have any kind of lighting. And this is one light makes a big difference. I mean, this is like a ring light that's a little too big for me to take, and then even a second light here, because a lot of the interviews and stuff are probably going to happen in the evening when we have some downtime, because during the day I am gonna be running. I'm gonna be going to all different kinds of schools and speaking, and I'm gonna video as much as I possibly can. But when it comes to the interviews, definitely will be at night, so we won't even have this lovely daylight to have the videos. So things like that. Anyways, talking a little bit too much. I am just so excited, guys. So I hope you're excited with me, and I hope that you support me. I am excited that this is a mission that is going to leave such a huge impact, and I know that anything that you donate is going to change lives, and I'm excited to be part of this, and I'm excited to have your support in it as well. I can't do it without you, but I know that you also have a desire to change the world. And I would like to share, like, just kind of in closing, just one thing I say to myself a lot, because I think that I have this mindset and I have this heart to change the world, but that can be a little bit big and a little bit daunting, and I think sometimes we kind of just don't do anything when something seems too big. And so sometimes I just tell myself, I may not be able to change the entire world, but I can change one person's world. And so I would like to leave you with that, because whatever you donate, however you choose to support, if you want to buy a gift or donate finances, or if you don't have the finances, I would appreciate your prayers, because I can always use prayers for wisdom as well as protection. Nigeria it's not really safe, and I'm doing everything possible, and my team's doing everything possible to set us up for protection, but I could use your prayers. So if you can't if you can't financially support, then I would appreciate you sharing your heart in a prayer for me. And so, yeah, I just want to leave you with a blessing I just pray that God blesses you in your life, blesses your finances, blesses your mind and your heart, and even blesses your prayers for me. So thank you so much for listening to this entire video. I so appreciate you. And you can find all the links to everything I talked about in the description or in the comments. Thanks.